A place you can find the written answers to these questions, by the way, is on the SCCA website, which is thescca.ca, correct, Dan? Okay, so that's where the answers to those questions are written out. Next up to the plate, mayoral candidate running for re-election, Barry Janik.
Michael. Des, thank you. Do I get penalized for that loss of time? Okay. Okay. It's going to take me a lot longer than 5 minutes to deal with the very interesting questions. Good evening, everybody. I want to thank you for attending on a rainy evening, and I want to thank everybody for helping to organize this meeting tonight. I have 5 minutes to address some very broad questions that are extremely important, and you have the questions with you, so I'm not going to do anything other than introduce myself as the current mayor and try to deal as best as I can with the questions. Question number 1, regarding global climate change. The town's initiatives, of which I am extremely proud, go back a few years. Gibsons, once again, is going to be a provincial and will soon be a national leader in this area. While we have had a glimmer of its effects, there is no way to understate the obvious. We can expect hotter, drier summers and serious winter weather events, including tidal surges and terrific windstorms. Waterfront properties, in particular, will need to be examined. We have seen the glimpse of the future, and we must prepare now for our children's and their children's reality. The effects of change will present all governments with major challenges. I believe in attaining the best scientific information by the best professionals available, using resource agencies and government, to which I am now strongly connected, and beginning the process of adaptation. If we act now and in an intelligent fashion, we will reduce the sting of the costs and reduce the risk of damage. In a simple and clear quote from 150 years ago, Charles Darwin stated, "Adapt or die." That still holds true today. Question number 2, with regards to water conservation. While the town will be launching its own initiatives to preserve and protect its own resources, especially its world-renowned and irreplaceable aquifer, it should be clear that the province's new Living Water Smart program illustrates that it's getting serious about conservation. The province generally is a 1/3 funder of water infrastructure, so it has a keen interest in having its contributions be as effective as possible. To their credit, the province is wise to link funding to conservation and climate change initiatives. I believe it's an aspect of my job to be cognizant of emerging issues and propose practical solutions to issues becoming problems, before they become problems. I have always involved our community in these types of programs, much to the chagrin and often the cynicism of some. However, here's what we know. Water metering is a vital step in making folks aware of their water consumption. It's a fair system, and it results in lower per capita use. I won't argue the point because the vast body of knowledge that exists out there speaks for itself. Let me also state here that the local governments too have a responsibility to examine their own systems and deal with the excess leakage that's taking place in our aging lines. I encourage you all to attend the Water Open House at the Gibsons Legion Thursday, November 6th from 7 to 8:30. Third question, green issues and regional government authority. I would first like to begin by praising the SCRD board and every member of the staff for their fine work that we all, to a person, did in August of 2007. In my 8 years at the regional district, never have I seen such resolve and such unanimity on any issue, and I am proud to state that the efforts and the expense of the regional district and the taxpayers regarding the regional local board of health matter provided a profile of provincial proportion. To illustrate the notice that the province took of our struggle over who has control of our watershed last September in Vancouver, we met with the ministers of Community Services, Forests, Environment, and the Premier. To attain a meeting with these powerful cabinet positions together is a testament to the serious nature of the matter. Anyone who believes that they think that they are going to harvest in the Chapman and Grey Creek watersheds has been put on absolute notice that they are in the wrong place. Our watersheds come first in the preservation of our water systems. I'm going to close with a short one. As president of the Association of Vancouver Island and Coastal Communities, which is the 49 municipalities and regional districts on the Sunshine Coast and all of Vancouver Island, and now a member of the Environment Committee on the board of the Union of BC Municipalities, you can be assured I will foster the good and positive reinforcement of the high ideals that our community holds on these bodies. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Barry.